Hello Guardians, Mingos on here bringing you another Destiny 2 video, and today we're going to be talking about fashion in Destiny 2. Fashion is the name of the game. When it comes to in-game making your character look its best, that's how Bungie gets so much money from all of its ornaments. Now today is not going to be talking about synth weave and synth strands and threads, but those are important in unlocking more customizable options for your character, for your gear. Now if you go down into the appearance customization screen, in your character menu, push the down arrow on the D-pad or whatever that may be for you, whatever console or thing you play on. Go over to the little ball thingy that's got the circular, it just looks out of place, right? Follow the instructions on screen. It's going to take you over to the appearance customization screen, and here you can see all the various and different universal ornaments that you do have or have unlocked. Now to unlock various pieces of equipment that you haven't unlocked, you can see that you need something called synth weave strap or synth weave strand or loom or whatever your class may be. In order to unlock these things, you're going to need to go to Ada in order to do her little bounties. I'm going to call them white bounties because they are in a white box for her bounties. You can do up to 10 a season, so you can get 10 of those synthweave things to unlock 10 different universal ornaments for things you may like. This is how you're going to be able to go into Iron Banner with the gear that you want to use for PvP without using the Iron Banner gear. The Iron Banner gear does have its proposed benefits to it by getting enhancement prisms. Upon completing games, about 40% chance upon completing games. If you win, you will get an enhancement prism of wearing a full true Iron Lord set. Now if you notice, as we're going over the armor, that some require a 3 iron engram and some require a 1. So the cost is a little bit more. The legendary shards go up, the glimmer goes up, everything basically doubles. It rounds up to 3 because 1 doubled is 2, and Bungie are gonna let you get off scot-free for that. They're gonna charge you 3 engrams for that older gear. Now you can do this for every vendor in the game, and if you just hover over any piece of armor, any legacy armor, any focused armor, you'll see that if you have the armor available for a 1, you already owned it or unlocked it at some point. But if it costs you 3 or double the materials to get it, then you do not own it, and it's going to cost you to get that older piece of gear if you want to round out that set. Now all this is to better make your character, like I said, look better, because fashion is everything. You want your character to look good, you want to feel good while defeating the opponent and fighting against the forces of darkness out there, especially when that crucible little thing comes up and you get to see your character and everyone's all dressed to their best. And this is even done for Trials, Iron Banner, Crucible, Vanguard, and throughout the course of the video we're going to go over the other vendors that are going to give you some of these legacy pieces of gear along with some caveats too. So as you can see here at the Trials, we have the new, the old types of legacy gear, but you also want to do the Dares of Eternity. The Dares of Eternity has those 3 statues in the back, and they all have a piece of marathon armor in there or a universal ornament for that. So you can unlock the marathon armor by doing the 30th anniversary, turning in those tokens or those treasure keys, unlocking those treasure keys, and getting the marathon armor set. Now if you play multiple characters, you may have completed the Lightfall campaign, got Nimbus up to rank 30, and upon doing that you may not have collected your Thunderhead set from the other armor classes. You go over the Nimbus, the rank continues over, you can go ahead and pick that stuff up. It's not game breaking armor, so you can use it for legendary shard fodder because nobody wants to rock a 46 total armor stat, and having bad armor while having bad stats is not good for your Destiny 2 experience. Now the cloak, the mark, or the bond really doesn't matter too much if you want to keep that around if you like the look of it so you don't have to unlock it later. But if you don't want it, just go ahead and dismantle it, right? So as you can see that the Thunderhead suit is unlocked now for this class. Now if you go over to Ness's, you'll see Failsafe. Failsafe has the Exodus Down armor set. The whole Exodus Down armor set. At surface it doesn't look too good, but it does shade really well, and it's quite unique, giving that hunter the cover across his neck to round out some of those armor pieces that have the gap between the head and the neck. Now some of this stuff may not be important to some, but to others it may be everything. You can also see that you can get other various things from them, such as older emblems and older ghost shells if you want to purchase that. Devram K at the EDZ has the Wild Wood set. Now if you want to look for a bit more of a camo set, a little bit more jungle montagey look, then Devram K is going to be your guy. Now, while going over this armor set, I wanted to make a quick caveat here while we have the Wildwood set on there. For the Gymnast and the Titan sets, the one that was on IO and Titan respectively, you can only earn them through Dares of Eternity now, so you'd have to play Dares of Eternity at any level and acquire those when they become in the rotation. Now, if we go over there to Finch, Finch is located on the Throne World, where Seraphim's World was if you didn't come in through the Witch Queen campaign and do the endless tedious tasks that Finch had us do to rank up to rank 30. You can get the Veritas set from him. Now, it is speculated that the Veritas set was supposed to release with Lightfall. As you can see, some Lightfall things added to it. It looks really strand heavy. They're not really aesthetically pleasing to the eye for the most part, but it is there. Now, if you go over to the Moon, you're going to go over to the Lectern of Enchantment, and Lectern of Enchantment has these essences. The essences contain weapons, but they also contain the Dreambane armor set. Now, the Dreambane armor set was a bit of a mixed bag, but it was nothing too crazy, or nothing too crazy to write home about. But on certain pieces of the armor do look good, and other pieces of the armor don't look so well. The Hunter seems to have this thing with a gas mask look that doesn't always go over too well with the overall Hunter aesthetic, unless you're into the Chernobyl look or you play Metro Exodus for some odd reason. It is a pretty amazing game, but with the gas mask look for the Hunter is always a weird get. So finding rare pieces of armor for the Warlock, having a good cloak, having a good chest piece which drapes over the entire body is quite difficult to find in some instances, but maybe some of these pieces of gear will fit your fancy. Now, the Cryo Stern set, right? Hope I'm saying that right. Yeah, I think it's called Cryo Stern. The Cryo Stern set can only be earned during the, well, you can do it outside of the Light Beyond Light campaign, but it's generally acquired through the campaign of Beyond Light, where you open up these random chests located throughout the various missions. They're located on the left or right side of the map while in doing the mission, and a little obscure places, but it overall makes you look like you are in the wild when it comes to snow activities. Now, those will be located in your quest guide menu. As you can see, I don't have them here because I've already unlocked them for my Hunter, but the older. Alright, now we're going to take you over to the Dreaming City for the Reverie Dawn set. Now, the Reverie Dawn set came out in, I want to say, a Season of Arrivals. The Reverie Dawn set is a unique looking set of armor for all classes. It's sleek, it's got a good metallic look to it, but it also has the Riven's Curse unique mod to it. Has since been removed from the game. Once you take it off, you can't really put it back on. The Reverie Dawn set, you don't want to strain yourself going to try to get a set of Reverie Dawn set to keep the mods on it for the curses or the extra damage that you would do in the Dreaming City and the extra damage you take in the Dreaming City. The Reverie Dawn set used to have a cool aesthetic to it, as it used to be able to have a Taken aesthetic. When people looked at you inside of the Dreaming City, you would enter the Dreaming City with the Reverie Dawn set, and it would give you that black and white look. Now, if you have the Reverie Dawn set, or if you want to farm for the Reverie Dawn set, like to round it out, you would need to go over to Petra, which is located on the Dreaming City, and you can do 3 quests from her. The 3 quests that you'll be able to do from Petra, there's 2 at the top and like 1 at the front end of her quest that you can be picked up from her, and they actually drop legendary gear. Now, the legendary gear you would assume would be the Reverie Dawn set. Now, I did one of her missions in order to confirm this, and within doing that, I did the Oracle Engine one, and it did give me the Reverie Dawn legs. So if you do want to round out that armor piece, go over to Petra, do her weekly quests, her regular quests, the other quest, the weekly bounty for the Ascendant Challenge, and you can do it there. Now, if you ever get these Eververse engrams, the bright engrams also will give you a plethora of things for free in the game that have previously come out that some of us have paid money for. Now, it gives you armor, it gives you ornaments, it gives you emotes, it gives you transmat projections, it gives you shaders. So all sorts of things come from these Eververse engrams, and it kind of works on like a little knockout list. So if you haven't acquired it yet, then you will be able to acquire it from some of these Eververse engrams. Now, going over a topic that many people don't want to talk about, but if you want to go to the store, you can see that the store will have some of the better cosmetic bundles there for you. Now, that is going to cost silver if you didn't pick it up for Bright Dust when it was available for Bright Dust. And you can come over to the Armor Set store, you can give Bungie hand over fist some money in order to unlock these aesthetic armor pieces. Now, if you like some pieces of the armor, you can't really buy it a la carte. You have to buy it all at once, since you can only get the things a la carte when it is featured thing for the season. Like when it just comes out and it starts its rotations through the weeks, then you'll be able to pick it up for Bright Dust, or I don't think you'd be able to pick it up for silver a la carte, but if you're going to pay silver for something, you might as well buy the whole bundle. And if you do pick something up for Bright Dust, then the whole entire bundle itself does come out for a discounted price and takes that piece off. So the more you earn for Bright Dust, the more discounts you will get for those pieces of armor in the future. Now, some of the older sets, they cannot be acquired through the Bright Dust method. You will have to go and pay silver for the game in order to get some of these armor pieces. But if you do have a set of armor or a set of armor here that you do like, then you can pay a little bit of money and get the armor set and apply it to all your armors there. Now, the armor ornaments don't stop there. When it comes to the Eververse store, these are just some of the things that have come out in past times. The Omega set and the Optimi set, they need to come out somewhere along the year 1, year 2, year 3 of Destiny, when they were just getting into trying to take our money. And then they came out with more unique things like the vest of Orpheus. So it goes with the Orpheus rigs, you put that on, or the cloak of Bacchus. You put any of those two things on with the exotic, and it does a unique interaction with that exotic. Gives it a little shimmer, gives a little shine, maybe a glow or some type of like purple hue for the class that you may be wanting to associate it with. And some of these things are Assassin's Creed themed or other various games, kind of just in there, just all bundled together inside of the Eververse store. Now, they have ornaments for almost every exotic piece in the game, besides some of the most popular ones that you may want more ornaments for, like Gemini Jesters is really popular, but it doesn't have any good ornaments. Or they just keep giving Stompies more and more ornaments, like it doesn't have enough ornaments already. Or something more unique like the Liar's Handshake that gives you that gold aesthetic look with the snake on the arm, and it just looks really, really good overall, putting that together with your Assassin's Creed set. Now, I'm not going to go through every single one of these, as it would make the video extremely long, way longer than it already is, but you can also get older weapon ornaments here as well. But we're talking about fashion, and well, weapons and fashion go hand in hand, so you come over here to the Eververse store and pay some money to get that if you would like. Now again, I go back to the Bright Dust section, which is located at the store, but located all the way down at the bottom because, you know, free stuff. You're going to see that the limitless subversion is also available for sale. Now, if I did have the Bright Dust, I could pick up that limitless subversion and I'd be able to add it to my collection, and then the whole armor set itself would be discounted just a little bit more. In order to get Bright Dust, you want to do the seasonal challenges that award Bright Dust. Now, if you do complete every single seasonal challenge in your seasonal challenges list, then you will be awarded 8,000 Bright Dust. That's 8,000 on top of everything that you've already acquired. So 8,000 Bright Dust for just playing the game is where it's at. So you'd want to save your Bright Dust for the Guardian games, for the Halloween event, for mainly the Dawning, because the Dawning has some of the best armor sets in the game, and those armor sets you can pick them all up for 6,000 Bright Dust a piece. So if you want to accumulate more and more silver throughout the year in order to purchase that, that's your goal. Now, for the in-game armor sets for the raid, you will have to play the raid. in order to get those armor sets. And the raid has some of the coolest looking, aesthetically pleasing armor sets here, as this is from Vow of Disciple, where some of the armor pieces move and on their own, like Kaido would say, it breathes, it moves, right? So you can get that from the Vow of the Disciple raid. And all the other armor pieces from the raid are quite good as well. So I hope you guys did enjoy the video and found out something interesting. If you liked the video, go ahead and hit that like button. It really helps me out. And I'll see you in the next one.